So, with all this time in all these places, I spent a lot of time around Buddhist beliefs, being in Japan and Thailand and Asia in general. So that's definitely had an effect on me, and a different effect from Australia. And there's a different effect again here in Colombia with the indigenous beliefs too. They're a big mix of things, I suppose. And so it's been a journey on a search for wisdom and how to act and how to feel and everything. And then with the photography as well, capturing those moments and how to relate that to people, how to give that to people too, how to give them some kind of push to go for that life. And then it comes down to, a lot of things come down to being present, being in the moment. It's a bit of a cliche now, and things like manifesting things or whatever, but really there's nothing you need to do. And the evidence for that is that if you want to talk about enlightenment or Satori or something like that, then it's something that takes no energy, no time, no systems, nothing. It's just there. So if you think about that, it's just a perspective shift. That's all it is. And we can see it every day with little children. They have that perspective. They're in the moment. But with our adult brains, we can still be in that moment. We just be right in the moment, and then when we have tasks and things, we do what needs to be done in that moment without using any extra energy. And then things like, maybe people worry, they're worrying, so that means their mind is in the future, like they say, another cliche. Or they have regrets, so their mind is in the past. But if you're in the present, then you don't have those things. And that's, again, when I was on the Shikoku pilgrimage, that's how I had to be. I had to be in the present. I couldn't be in the future or the past, otherwise my body would break down, because I was at the physical limit. It didn't feel like it for me at all, but if I was in either of those states, the past or the future, then I couldn't keep walking. So that was the evidence. Just needed to be in the present, doing my things, and that's how you can be whole, I suppose, as a person as well. You can really feel life. And they say that what's the meaning of life? It's to live, just to live. That's all it is. And then you have these things like the technical use of a camera, in my case, how to use a camera. So you can learn that, but you can also learn that in a present type of way. You're just in the moment. Like I go back to the example of the car. You're learning to drive a car, but you just stay in the moment. You don't worry about the future or the past. You just keep learning a little bit until it becomes automatic, and then you can do it automatically and as an expression of yourself as well. Of course, with a car, following the rules and all that kind of stuff. But with a camera in this case, then you learn how to use the camera. Then after that, everything becomes automatic, and then you can express yourself again, like musicians or artists or people who communicate too. They learn, they communicate, they take on things, they learn how to communicate better and do things better. And what is better? I suppose it's peace. And sometimes I say, if someone really is joyous, what can you say? If their honest answer is that they feel joyful, is there anything else? Is there anything else they need to do? I don't think so. What else do they need? If they feel real joy, then there's nothing else that they need. And so it's not a goal either. It's never a goal. It's just a shift in perspective, and it's always there. So there's another thought as well that, yes, we're all enlightened. Everyone's enlightened, but we just need to remove the curtains to see that, and that's all it is. It isn't some reading millions of books, it isn't some process, it isn't even a breathing technique or meditation or anything like that. It's already there, and that's why the Buddha said that when he became enlightened, then he just said, okay, let's get something to eat. That's all it is. And then there's another, what they call koan in Japanese, just something basically about chopping wood before enlightenment enlightenment, chop wood, and then after enlightenment, chop wood. But your perspective just changes, that's all. It was always there as well, that's the point. But you just had it blocked. And so it's there for everyone, and it's not this amazing thing either. It's just like a removal, and for clarity, and as the word says, enlightenment, or Satori, which translates to something like wisdom, instant wisdom.